Something big is coming for the Florida Panthers, and it's going to happen probably on the 17th of January against the Washington Capitals. I'll tell you exactly what that is, and a giant matchup against, yes, the red-hot Buffalo Sabres and Tage Thompson. He has been dynamite in his last 14 games as they have going 3-1. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. We're not going to waste any time. Here we go. So here are the lines and the defensive pairings as well as the goaltending start for tonight's game against, yes, I'm not kidding, the number one wild card spot right now, Buffalo Sabres, who've been on a roll going 13-1. I'll show you some of their numbers that are just unbelievable in the last 14 games. So nothing has changed in terms of the lineups from the last game against Ottawa, where we actually came in with the W, which was great. Hopefully they could do the same thing tonight. Again, a very scary matchup. I can't believe I'm saying that against the Buffalo Sabres, but they have been playing very solid hockey, especially on 5-on-5. The numbers for the power play might shock you a little bit because the numbers are not as good as what you would think. They've been getting most of their goals on 5 versus 5 at being full strength. So Bob and net tonight, nothing changed. Maurice will be on that third line, which is going to be great. He has played solid hockey. I hope he gets his first goal tonight in this game because, man, he had a great defensive effort against Ottawa. Had a big time stop in terms of shutting down Ottawa. I mean, he looked good. Before I get into the rest of the Panthers news, this video is brought to you by Kalshi. When you download Kalshi using the link in the description below, enter this code DIGESTNHL and you get $20 when you trade your first 100. Kalshi is the largest prediction market in the United States, and all you have to do is click yes or no to make a trade, and you can do it on real-life events like sports, elections, news, the NFL playoffs, the college football final, anything you can think of, and the best part is they're live in all 50 states, California, Texas, right down here in Florida. And for sports fans, trade on game outcomes, player performances, playoff chances, all on a regulated market, and you can cash out whenever you want. I've said this before, I like Florida's chances to win the Atlantic Division. They're going to get healthy, they're going to get better. All they have to do is go on several different streaks, and they'll climb right back to the top. I still like their chances, and it'll be a big cash out for me. I also like the Bills over the Denver Broncos. I think that is going to be one heck of a game. Josh Allen did exactly what I said, put the team on his back. They came in with the W, and it's a big cash out for me, guys. So this is a genuinely smarter way for all of you to use your sports and news knowledge, and you can close your positions whenever you want. So download Kalshi in the description using the link below, and don't forget to use this code DIGESTNHL to get your $20 bonus. I'd like to thank Kalshi for sponsoring this video. Again, quiet game, but very good defensively. I like the way he played. So hopefully tonight he'll feel like he's a little more comfortable. He'll have his bearings together. First game out of the way. Now it's time to look forward to the future for him. So I think he's going to have a great game. I also look for Reinhart to be great, for Hagee, Bennett. All the big names for us are going to have to step up. And I hope Sam Miskevich could find the back of the net finally. So let's keep rolling forward here, guys. So this is the big news. Brad Marchand, you can see their effective return date, January 16th. So 4 days from now. That puts him with a return date along with Matthew Tkachuk and Cole Schwindt for January 17th, which is against the Washington Capitals. I've been saying this all along, and for some reason there's someone out there, a couple people out there who've been saying, oh, it's going to be against the Ottawa Senators. I don't know where you're getting your information from, guys. There is no specific date for a game return, but this is what I'm finding on multiple sources. So I would go along with these. Unless something else happens injury-wise, I have a feeling it's going to be against the Washington Capitals. So let's leave it at that. So that's what's big for this Florida Panthers team right now is 3 guys all going to be on the ice. Huge energy boost, huge mental boost to this team. I'm going to say when these 3 guys show up on the ice that day, this is going to be a different Cats team. They're going to come out guns a-blazing. I have a feeling they're going to take it to Washington if all 3 end up playing. I would say Marchand and Tkachuk number 1, Cole Schwindt, if they throw him out there, could be an added bonus too. But again, I always keep saying this, don't fix what isn't broken if they're playing pretty well, but you're still going to want Marchand out there. You're going to want Tkachuk out there. The question's going to be, what line will he be on? Will he be on that third line? And if Maurice is playing well enough by the time that they return, will he be moved down to the 4th line? And who will end up getting the boot? And Maurice will take that person's spot. So let's keep rolling here. This is what is scary. Look at all those W's. Yeah, obviously that's not the Florida Panthers' last 14 games. That's Buffalo's last 14 games. A lot of Eastern Conference opponents there, a lot of W's. The only loss was against Columbus, shockingly. But you could see there, goals for, they're outscoring their opponents 53-31. On the power play, which I was shocked, I thought they were doing a little bit better. They're only 6 of 38, 15.8%. So not really effective on the power play. Their PK has been outstanding, only allowing 5 of the 34 power plays for the opponents to score a goal. So 85.3% on their penalty kill, which has been great. But look at the goals against average, 2.14 and a 930 save percentage. That's between Alex Lyon, Luukkonen, and Ellis. And on the season, these guys have been great. I'm going to get to those numbers in just a second, but these are the team stats as they match up whole season, not just the last 14 games. So right now, the Buffalo Sabres hold the edge in terms of goals for and goals against average. It's pretty much a push across the board if you really want to think of it, except for penalty minutes. We obviously commit a lot more penalties. We're a lot more physical of a team compared to them. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about this Buffalo team. They have not been that physical in these last 14 games. Their hits, I think, maybe exceeded 18 or 20 in a game a few times. But the biggest thing is there was 3 or 4 times they did have 20 or more blocks. And that's tremendous. So their defensemen, the lines, all those guys are trying to get into those shooting lanes and stopping the opponent. I'm sure a lot of those are coming on the penalty kill. So you could also see they have one more shorthanded goal than we do. Obviously, we have more power play goals. We have more power play opportunities in the season. I think we were, like I said, number 3 or number 1. I had this stat up in the last or the episode before. So all it's an even matchup right now, but the hotter team obviously is Buffalo because they've been winning. And the scary part is Tage Thompson, 6'6", 28-year-old player, has been just dominating right now. I'm going to get to his numbers in just a second in his last 14, but you can see here, all of these guys are dangerous. But it's Thompson, Tuck, Doan, Dahlin. Those are the guys we must be able to keep our eyes on and know where they are. They're a great 5-on-5 team, much like the Panthers are. But if we can be aggressive on our power play, keep our penalty kill where it's been very, very solid. But our power play needs to be great to beat them. They're a very good even strength team in the last 14 games. I'm going to look for the exact same thing tonight. They're fast. They move the puck around. They've been efficient going tape to tape. They've been moving around the puck as well, doing a great job controlling the offensive zone. And they've also done a very solid job getting turnovers, especially in the neutral zone that has led to offensive opportunities. So, dangerous team, absolutely, because of this guy. Tage Thompson, like I said, 6'6", 220-pound, a mammoth out there, just a beast of a player. 22 goals, 19 assists on the season, 41 points. Obviously, plus minus not the greatest. They didn't have the great start to the season, but they've been rolling as of late. And you can see last 14 games, he has 9 goals and 9 assists. So 18 points in the last 14 games. He has been rock solid for this team. As for the goaltender comparison, here we go. Bob is in net. We see his numbers there. The question is, who is going to be in the net tonight? Remember, Lyon, if I can go back to the injuries right now, here we go. Alex Lyon is out until the 17th at least. So I would say it's going to be Luukkonen in there with the 2.63 goals against average and 904 save percentage. He's very solid this year. Their goaltending, like I said, the last 14 games has been very good for them. It's one of the reasons why they've been winning. Not every single game they have faced, 20 plus shots. In some of these where they had the, under 900 save percentage, it's because they didn't face a ton of shots. But in some of those with a ginormous save percentage where it was like 957, I'm looking at my numbers here, 966, they had some pretty tremendous games out of the goaltenders. Only a goal was scored. But even in the games where 3 goals were scored, 919 save percentage. Another one here that's 3 goals against, a 938 save percentage. Those are the games where they're facing a few more shots. So am I going to say the Cats are going to 100% pull this one out and be victorious tonight? I have a good feeling that they're going to put up a very good fight with them. I think it's going to be coming down to that third period, and we got to make sure that we hold serve each period. We have to be aggressive. We've got to be fast. Those are the games I think every single one of us, just by watching, can see the games where we already know right out of the gate it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be really difficult for us to win a game if we're not speedy, if we're not controlling the puck in neutral zone, if we're seeing some sloppy passing that's not getting from tape to tape. I mean, the Toronto game is a very good example. We did not look fast. We did not look together. The passing was all over the place. We weren't controlling the puck in the most important parts of the ice. Like I said, the neutral zone and our offensive zone, we just could not really keep it in there. So if they can really do a great job of holding the zone, pinching in the corners, allowing their players, their teammates, I should say, to try to get some movement around the puck and set up behind the play a little bit. Have that one guy who kind of sneaks in behind the goaltender, whichever way they're facing, to the top circle or bottom circle. If they can get that puck out of there and get a quick pass to that opposite side, it's going to be a goal almost every time. But we have to see how Buffalo's defense is. They've been very good. Like I said, 5-on-5, they have been great. Great this season. So, the big news here, the big things that are coming is that I believe Brad Marchand and Matthew Tkachuk are going to take the ice at the same time. I think they're going to be back in the exact same game. That's the big news here. Because as reported on multiple sites, I've cross-referenced this, the 16th is going to be the date that Brad Marchand is technically supposed to be back 100%, but there's no game on that day. And then the 17th is when the Tkachuk and Cole Schwindt will be back. That is the game against the Washington Capitals. So that's the big news, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Panthers Digest. Again, subscribe, hype up this video, help me get to 4,000 subscribers, and comment, like, and share. Again, ask questions down below and I will answer them. Thank you guys so much for your support. Big game tonight. Go Cats.